Do you have any particular thoughts when you advise clients about how to determine, whether a particular new channel or new shiny object is worth pursuing versus, sticking to the stuff that's tried and true in digital?
I'd say that there are three criteria that I tend to lean on more than others, and so one is even as it's becoming a shiny object, does it seem like a given business's audience is using it, and so is this just, does this show promise as a way to potentially engage with people that are going to be just very very high priority consumers and customers for them. So that can make it much more of a no-brainer. It's not always that clear early on. Early adopters don't necessarily reflect later adopters, but it can help make the case. Another is if a channel is very relevant to a given brand. If there's a brand that is just naturally relevant to, say, using these audio social networks. If you're a speakers bureau or something, right, then it's like, oh, well, you need to give this stuff a shot. It just fits in so well with your business. If you're, if you're in the audio equipment bit, like great. And then there are the kind of concentric circles out of it. The third piece of it that's very much a wild card, but that has gotten me into some areas that I might not have prioritized otherwise, is if there are people you're working with who are just really passionate about a given channel. I worked on a project with the agency MRY, and there was just these amazing ideas coming out of this really young professional, a year or two out of school, Tony Dawkins, and I was asking her, like, what do you want to do with this? And she wanted to start a podcast, and this was 2014, 2015, as things were kind of like reigniting in that space, and like. I didn't care about podcasts. I didn't think the agency needed to be there. I was inspired by her enthusiasm for it, and we created a podcast studio for her. And so I think when you have some of that like you have some of that competence and enthusiasm and just resource to give it a shot, like, then if it's going to get some people out of bed in the morning and make them happier to do their jobs and be part of it, then like, yeah, it's just great to encourage that, as long as it still makes sense for the brand, of course.